Hello, this is Kim Malinowski. As you can see, I'm in my office. I am already having problems, and I'm about to light a candle, of course, for a ritual. So know that intentionally it is burning as long as it goes down. Right at this moment, it won't be. Okay. I'm not going to be upset and ecstatic. Okay. Now, this is my Persephone. Uh, she bears both the flowers of spring and the skull of death and fallen winter, always in liminal spaces, and truthfully, always in life. We carry both with us, right? We really do. Um, I've written about her before, but there's something about the idea of people be like the virgin goddess going down into the underworld. And here's where I think it comes even more interesting in terms of a metaphor for life, rebirth. Okay. So this virgin goddess, princess, whatever you want to call her, goes into the earth and she blossoms and comes back. That's like the himified version, right? She becomes queen of the underworld. I firmly believe she might talk to Hades and be like, okay, yeah, sure, we'll do stuff. But I am certain that she really controls him and that she controls the underworld in general. So she goes from a goddess of life to a goddess of death. Okay. Both the bride of death, perhaps a mother of all the dead. Depends on how you look at it and what part of the myth and what part you want to be more magic than myth. Okay. And what you believe in. My Persephone knows exactly what she wants. She goes after Hades. She says, yes, please give me something deeper. And just as in the culture, it's in the culture in Greece, he carries the bride away, you know, with stallions and, a chariot. And she is aware that she's becoming more than a bride. If she went with any other of the gods, I think would have had a lot less agency. But even in like Rome, Vulcan is totally pretty much isolationist, while Hades winds up with a companion. And that companion not only breaks the barrier of life and death, he's reborn. Yes, it's her mama who says, but I bet you she's sort of like, I will tolerate the earth for those 6 months or however many it winds up being. I'm going back. And I think she can console herself in death. And when death gets boring, she can console herself in life and in flowers. Now, of course, we all know she just lost her, her flowers and everything. We have the pomegranate. Okay. And so this is a container for two skulls, red and black, and pomegranates and different bits and bubbles that are probably gonna come flame, let's be honest. Um, a lot of times when I buy these candles, they're for being pretty, and as soon as I light them, I know that I am going to have to put out more than just the wick. Okay, so just be aware that I know my fire safety, and it's okay. Okay, so what is it that we want to leave behind, even if it's just for a season, 2 seasons? We'll take it back up in the winter. And what do we want to take on? What do we want to give ourselves? All right. These are some questions. You don't have to answer them. Sometimes We just intuitively find out, you know? Life and death. I know a lot of death has been happening. Both friends that I know personally have been going through like their grief. And then, of course, we have a collective worldwide grief for many things. In Maryland, since this is being filmed March 30th, 2024, we just had a bridge collapse. People are missing, they're dead. And we mourn. We mourn the bridge too. And it's more than, I don't know. I was in West Virginia, so it had 9/11 vibes for me. I was a freshman. I think that's part of the reason I had such issues as a freshman and later in life. It resurfaced, but 9/11 happened and I wasn't there to help. And if somebody's hurting, grieving, whatever, I feel the need to help, even if I can't really help them much. I feel the need, and that's not always healthy. Yeah, that's what I need to give up, right? Okay. So whatever you decide is going to rest, and whatever you decide is going to rise. This is for you. I'm going to move the lid. I think that if it gets scary, I'm just going to put the lid on and be like, it wasn't me. These, the store's out of business now, but they are lavender tip. Um, I'm sure they're sanctified, depending on who you believe sanctifies. I am going to have the skulls facing me, so I'll see the skulls and the eyes. And let's see, whatever we need, whatever we need to give away, whatever we need to take, let us have control in both. And also let us allow ourselves to lose some control. We don't have to hold on so tightly. Things will happen the way they should. Okay? So it is. Yes, yes, I did. Just um okay. Well, I have a second match. So it is. I find it entertaining because whenever I'm on camera, I always feel guilty for not using matches. They have that ASMR sort of sound, right? Like I love the sound. Okay, well, we're not going to use matches, but we're going to get the job done. Be it serve us, right? To release, let go. And I don't like saying just leave behind or, let's let us rest the parts that need to rest and let us bring in the parts that need to energize us and bring in, sort of Persephone's presence of both light and darkness and plenty of love too. I mean, like, please, if anyone's a goddess of love, certainly it's her. I'm going to leave it here for a minute. Let us call in the spring and not just the season, us, the spring energy, everything that needs to happen to us, any healing, any freedom that we need, bring it in. Let us release the ties that we don't need, those that are binding us necessarily or unhealthily. And if we can just loosen the grip, if not, don't need to sever, just loosen and let us, let parts that need to rest beneath the earth rest. Let us grieve the dead. Let us celebrate both ourselves and their lives. Whether we knew them or do not know them, the grief remains for all of us. For any time that we love someone loves someone that is gone or going. There's a lot of that lately. Collectively, I think we need to grieve. Be Persephone cast into the darkness, crying for just a little bit. Take those pomegranate seeds in our teeth. Make sure we remember we're doing it on purpose, because that'll keep us at Hades. And we can let's go with no matter what gender Hades is hot. Okay, let's go there. And we want to stay there some of the time. And when we want to return, we will. And there's other seasons for that. There's seasons for flowers and fruits and harvest and rest and snow. And there's seasons for death and grief and remembering and writing down the good times, singing about the good times, crying about the bad times and the bad memories. Just as much, no deifying for those that do not need it. And whatever holiday that you see this on, that you're celebrating, it be meaningful, impactful. Let you feel my energy hold you. Let you feel loved. If you feel that you are alone, you are not. You are amongst flowers. You are not just a bouquet. You are a wild field. You're not just one flower. You're not just a narcissus. You're a field of them, a world of them. And if you feel lonely, think, have roots, hibernate. And yes, remember death and like how life is, everyone says it's fleeting. But remember that sometimes death is beautiful. Sometimes death is actually mercy. Say mercy. I've held hands with many dying people as they died. And there was love on both of our parts and forgiveness on both of our parts, even when there was nothing to personally forgive. Somehow, still was a cleansing experience. So I'm going to hold up and sort of see it's the skulls now. Still, flame has gotten higher. Now, I wish you and bid you well. I'm going to try this. It'd be cool if it could happen. I have a safety. Just remember, even flames, everything good comes. And people will tell you that everything good goes. But in truth, it just transmutes. The good becomes the good again. Life is cycles. Trust me, from a bipolar person, life is cycles. And we just don't always know where up and down are or when they're going to come. We know where love is, and we know that we can be Persephone. We can be both queen, gender, the queen of flowers and beauty and spring. And we can be as deep as the queen of the underworld and death and Hades. And love comes with both places, both familial and with partners. So be well. Take care. So it is.